Okay, is it okay? That's as good as we're gonna get. All right, hello. So much for not having allergies on camera. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
And Hannah.
Hey, so you're so used to.
My brain was like, wait, what am I supposed to say? No show notes.
Thank you, Jeff, for the suggestion. I am letting Hannah say her line however she would like to. Jeff had a, and I like what you said.
Thank you.
Hi, how are we doing today? I totally forgot to put on makeup this morning. Y'all look beautiful.
So do you.
Thank you.
Your curls are stupendous.
They weren't at first, but
They were stupid at first,
They
and
were
then they got stupendous.
Yeah, not that how we look really matters, because we're here to talk about yarn, right? But, we all get a little self-obsessed, judgmental, what have you. Hi. Said no person ever.
No.
Okay, moving on. Hi. So I,
I'm Rebecca.
What?
We didn't do our names yet.
Yes,
I was about
we?
to.
No.
Oh my.
We did our... Okay,
I'm exhausted.
I did the same thing because I was like, but we said that in the introduction.
Yeah.
I was getting to that. I got off track. How many people have watched the show and know that I get off track? Okay.
There's a face for that.
Hi. I was getting there. I'm here for her amusement. Okay. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner. Because I was just thinking. I hadn't talked about the weather yet, and it's because I hadn't introduced myself. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in gonna be rainy and kind of yucky Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Oh, I'm Hannah. I'm minion number 2.
Excuse me. So, it was what? It hit 70 yesterday?
Above.
It was like 76 on our drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? I woke up and it was in the 50s, and it's going to stay in the 50s all day.
We might kiss 60 and then immediately go back down.
I don't want to kiss 60.
You call it kissing.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't
it's
really
like
wanna
you
do
come
that,
right up and then,
Yeah, but that's so sweet.
but- It is. She's got a lot of sweet phrases. And then we say
but
things
for
like
such a,
tinkle, so,
like-
you know.
Person,
Yeah.
it's so sweet.
Yeah, so anyway, the sideshow is a glimpse into what the employees at Sun Dragon Art and Fiber are like. I would say behind the scenes, but we're like this in front of customers too, so.
Oh, yeah.
But if people want to see more of us, we have this. When you're shopping, sometimes you just get little bits and pieces of this, and then, yeah. So it's going to be kind of rainy and yucky today. But as everyone says around here, but we need the rain.
We do, because it was fire weather this past week.
It was. They had some controlled burns and
Yeah.
stuff, and yeah. What?
I didn't know that.
What?
Thank you for not telling me that.
That there was a fire hazard?
Yeah.
Okay. There kind of always is, but,
We
not
live
that-
in a
but
rainforest.
I-
If it doesn't rain every day, we're kind of dry.
we're dry. But no, we're fine. There's no wildfires out of control in the area right now. It's all good.
Preach.
So we have a letter today. Well, we have. Okay. Let me back up. We used to film 3 days a week before we got COVID and went, oh my gosh, we can't do this anymore. And Tuesday was a check-in day about our projects. And then Wednesday was a yarn we have in the shop that might be on sale for the week. And then Thursday was Dear Becky and Lizzy. To me. And now it's Dear Becky and Lizzy and Hannah. But we kind of, when we went down to one episode, we only had so much time. And a lot of things went by the wayside. And it kind of devolved into, what are we working on this week? I love that you're both knitting right now. This is fantastic. It's very soothing.
We don't talk with our hands.
Okay, so,
That's...
well, here's the other thing. I can't multitask. If I was knitting and talking right now, I would get off track so easily. Anyway. And I'm in charge now. Only partially. So, So we put the call out last week, and we're going to continue this, that if you have questions, because I'm doing the same thing on Sun Dragon Tips and Tricks on my personal channel. It's personal, but it's still the business. I don't know. It's just me by myself. If you have questions you want answered, email us or write us. And so we have this really cute card that came in this week. Yay! The fun thing about writing snail mail to us is then we get cute little cards. We actually have all of them still.
We keep them.
Even through the move, we have them behind the counter there in a little basket. So if you want to write us, before we dig into this, if you want to write us a question, we answer questions mainly about yarn. Personal questions we may say no to. But questions about yarn and knitting and crocheting and things we feel we can at least hypothesize on, if not talk about. And if we feel like we don't have an answer, we'll tell you. But the address, I'm like looking at this. Because the address here at our newest shop, is 181 Rosman Highway, Rosman, and that's Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. If you email us a question, you're going to send it
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com.
because Liz keeps track of those. I get too many emails for business and non-business things that it's hard to flag them and keep track of them. So, do you want me to read it? Do you want to read it, Hannah? Is that putting you on the spot?
I am not
good.
an out loud reader.
I can read it, or if you want to read it.
No, I'm good. I just realized I didn't check my email this morning.
Oh, I thought
to
she was just
find
going to play
out
her game
if-
while we're filming.
No, it's always running, but I'm just making sure. Nope, we don't have any emails.
Okay.
Just in case, because
And the third thing that we used to do about showcasing yarns and stuff, that's a lot of energy right now. And we may get back to that, but we may not. I'm not really sure. So please don't hold your breath because we don't want you to pass out. But it may be a little while before we can get back to that. Also, since we only film one day a week now, and I get here late, I can never get here on time, we have a limited amount of time to film. And so it usually doesn't leave us enough time. Okay, that's why we're starting with communication from our loving fans and community. Dear Becky, Lizzy, and Hannah, because we couldn't do Hannah E. It didn't work. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm a fairly new knitter. I did not mean to. Sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. I've never.
You already have a short name, so shortening it is kind of lengthens it, which doesn't work.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's okay. Dear Becky, Lizzy, and Hannah, I'm a fairly new knitter. I've made a couple of accessories, and I'm close to finishing my first garment, a ranunculus, thanks to your Tips and Tricks channel. Awesome.
Yay.
Woohoo! Do you have any suggestions for a second garment that's light enough that I won't have to wait until next winter to wear it? Hoping to see you this summer. Fledgling in Florida. I love when people come up with cute little ways to sign off, because we've talked about this being like a Dear Abby, where people would not sign their names. They would just do like a little, and it keeps it anonymous.
Part
Not
of
that
us
this is,
wants
like,
to know
revealing.
who you are, and part of us doesn't because it's more exciting that way.
Yeah, and sometimes the return address on the envelopes clues us in, but, on camera, we have cute little names. So, fledgling in Florida. I would say if you're making your first ranunculus, you can make anything you want, first of all. But I hear that you're looking for something that you can possibly wear in Florida before wintertime. That's what I'm taking away from this. And that's a tough one. Because a lot of garments, it's hard to have them be light and wearable. I mean, there's stuff out there. And you make more stuff than
I
we
was
do
just
sometimes,
thinking the luminous summer. Your luminous summer.
Is that what it's called? I've forgotten names for things.
No, the one you wore to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, it's kind of see-through, but it worked perfect even without a tank underneath
No,
it.
it wasn't really
it wasn't
see-through.
see-through.
It had-
You just felt funny about it.
I think it was Luminous Summer. What were you saying before we turned on the camera when I threw that question out? Do you remember, Hannah?
I just make lots of teas and.
You can say that louder. It's okay.
I just teas and tanks.
Teas and tanks.
But
That's all I wanted you
You
to say. I'm sorry.
also
I should have been more like, what were you saying? No, okay. I wasn't trying to be like
No, you're
like
fine.
sneaky or anything. No, teas and tanks was your suggestion, Hannah. I wanted to give credit where credit was due. That's what I was really trying to do. Instead of, because you may have noticed around the shop, I have a propensity to talk all the time.
What?
And I wanted people to hear from Hannah instead of me saying what she said, so sorry.
And I know that that's a very broad category as well, but I don't know if you're using like a search engine like Ravelry or something, but that can also help narrow down the search.
Yeah, to filter by like tees and
Yeah,
tanks and
so-
sleeveless tops and yeah, absolutely.
100%
Yes.
will make it a easier thing, and you can go from like broader size needles to like, oh, I want to use size 6s or size 8s.
I
or
love that
something like
filter
that.
feature.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really cool. I
you've-
find the filters easier to use on the computer than on a
So
phone,
much easier.
but they're both there.
You've also taken a sweater written for wool and made it out of cotton.
That can help.
Um,
I will say,
love using the plant fibers.
yeah,
Your Soldotna.
plant fibers. Yeah, my Soldotna, which was Caitlin Hunter color work, and I did it out of Sammy, and it's held its shape really well too. And yeah, you're smiling because you love Sammy.
I adore this
See,
Sammy.
we just got the color back in, so it's right here to Sammy. It's so pretty, and it's 50 gram skeins. I don't know if all of the colors we have in stock are online. I can say I'll work on that, but I can't promise. But what was the tank you've made a couple of times? Do you remember the name of it? It's okay if you don't, because I sprung
I've
this on
actually
everyone like
got it
right before we
pulled.
put the.
I have the thingy pulled up.
While
with my
she's doing that,
files.
so Luminous Summer top. Do you have it already?
I do.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
It's the XI bralette top, and I just extend the length to make it like a full tank. I don't see the person.
But XI or
it's by
like
Knits Me.
Knits Me.
Yeah,
Everyone's got fun little tag names, right?
that's what I'm seeing.
XI bralette, but you made it into a tank.
Yeah.
And XI like the Roman numerals, so 11. Maybe it's her 11th attempt at a pattern or something.
Possibly.
But if you put in XI, Roman numerals for 11. So it depends. Like, some people are comfortable wearing tanks and little strappy things, and some people are not.
Yeah.
So, like, making the bralette into a tank, having more length on it, is awesome. I take anything cropped and make it longer, personally, but that's me. Luminous Summer had, like, cap sleeves. It pretty much was you separate, like, you bind off the sleeves, and there maybe is a little add-on or not much else. I am about to make, the ranunculus in a plant fiber is great. I tell people the thicker your plant fiber is, like beyond a DK, worsted and heavier, it's still gonna be really warm. Or if it's only partially plant fiber, it's like my
still
staff
has the
in here
potential.
is gonna be super hot and heavy, and it's half cotton. I am. There's other sweaters like the ranunculus.
There's the Love Note and the Dead Easy, both of which are basically the same theory as the ranunculus, where
Take
it's
a thin
done-
fiber on a 10 needle, and it's loose and flowy. But you may not want the exact same thing, or like a variation on a theme. You may be looking for something different.
Is the Dingley Dell something? Is that the tank or the tee?
Yeah, the Dingley Dell is a t-shirt top. If they made it out of a plant fiber, that could be really nice. Let's see, I might have left that one at home today. Kay Hopkins has a bunch of t-shirt patterns. I made,
Sorry.
no, you're okay. I'm trying to remember the one that had, it's something with a T lake. I can't remember right now because my phone is being
Your
used for
golf
that.
tee.
That one, the Tea Time Tea is by Knititude, and that was for a DK and it's supposed to look like a collar like this
It
without
flips
having to
open
do it. It
behind
flips.
Yeah.
And that was designed to be made out of like bamboo or cotton or something, and that's a DK. That's the heaviest one I think I've made. Trillium Lake. I knew if I talked long enough it would come back to me. Trillium Lake or Bridge of the Gods by Kay Hopkins are t-shirt type patterns. I want to make the Koivua tee by, I know I'm throwing a lot of names at you, and I may not remember to put them all in the description, but not the Koivua. That's the Koivua. Kutar. Kuutar. My brain
So many
has
different
weird
pattern
things in it.
names. Like,
Kutar Tea is by Sari Nordland, who is my new favorite designer because I've made the Billy like super cabled long sleeve. And I just finished a shawl by her, which I'll show you in a second if there's time. And this top had some lace work at the top. What I find helps something be wearable in warmer temperatures is, like we're saying, short sleeves, tanks, lace work in the top. Although if there's enough lace work, you may not feel comfortable wearing it by itself, and then it kind of defeats the purpose. Like my ranunculus, I tend to wear like a cami or something underneath, and then I've got layers, and so then it's like, is that really serving its purpose? So there's a lot to think about, but that's what we would say to kick you off. And even being a new knitter, if you can tackle the ranunculus, you take it a step at a time. Almost anything you're making is you follow the instructions and you do the increases and decreases where they tell you to, and just take your time with it and try not to get overwhelmed by what's coming, and just, you know,
our
piece at a
mantra
time.
is one comma at a time, breathing and hydration.
Yes. Although I will say, like with the pattern we were looking at yesterday, sometimes
Oh my
you need
God.
to read the whole sentence of where you're headed and digest it, but then go back and do it one step at a time.
There weren't even commas.
There kind of were, but the commas didn't help us make sense of it. We had to process a lot. So, yeah. Do we want to start why don't we transition now to what we're working on? So what are you working on that we had just a stumbling block, right? Like once we
Yeah.
got past that, I think you're doing really great.
It was just the one thing.
It's like one little mini paragraph, which was really like a run-on sentence. But
It truly was.
Hannah, what are you making right now?
I am making the levitate wrap.
Okay.
I'm calling it a cardigan because that's kind
It
of
has
what
sleeves
I feel
and
like
it's
it
open.
is.
It just
Yeah, it
yeah.
has sleeves. So and it's open in the front.
It's kind of
That's
like
a
a
cardigan.
ballerina sweater type.
Yeah, I 100% would have worn it at dance or something.
Okay.
I don't know if she defines it as a cardigan. I'm not gonna.
It's
pull up
listed
the
under
pattern.
her cardigans.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Then it's a cardigan. Woo.
The not tabs, the tags.
Yeah.
It might be tagged as a cardigan on Ravelry.
The pattern writer. I think I bought it off of her website, so
And if
that
I
could use
totally
Apple Pay.
turned to you.
That's why I do it.
Right? I turned to you during the middle of a row. I'm sorry about that.
No,
but,
it's okay. I just can't completely. It'll make wonky sense.
wonky sense is okay. As long as it doesn't fall off the needles. I'm sorry about that too.
It's okay.
But
So it's this is the front, and these
so
kind
cute.
of wrap around each
like it goes
other.
whoop, whoop.
It was designed
so-
for stockinette, and ain't nobody got time to purl across.
Yeah, so I'm gartering.
Okay.
The
I love how the
it's gartered
colors
instead.
are different on each side because the stripies and the thickness and the where you are in the yarn. So what yarn are you using?
I am using the Cumulus Dappled
Okay.
in the colorway Lily by the Sea.
So speaking of cottons,
Yeah,
it's a like worsted.
worsted cotton-ish.
We like knitting it on bigger needles than worsted though. Like the
And
ends.
you're using a
I'm
10.
using a 10.
Yeah. But it's a cotton chainette, so it won't
is.
be. I find sometimes what makes wool feel
Hold on, I have to
extra
squish it.
warm is
Squishy.
Fluffy,
Squish
right?
it, squish it.
okay, squish. I do love Cumulus. I do.
So-
It doesn't have the fuzz on it that wool does against your skin, so even though it's thicker, it will be warmer, but it won't be like
I'm okay with
annoyingly
that.
warm. Huh?
I'm okay with that.
I know you're okay with that, as you're wrapped in the papillon, the mammoth papillon shawl around your waist. Yeah, so I get it. We keep the climate here kind of on the cool side, mostly for heating bill purposes, and also because people come in coats and stuff, and then you're cold. Yes, I know. Yeah. Okay, so but that's really pretty. And you are, how many skeins have you used so far?
I just started on my second one.
Okay, so you got all, like, pretty much all of that, most of that done.
I'm like
With
a
one ball.
row and a half into my second one. So
That's very cool. How many balls do you think you're going to use for the whole thing? Skeins.
I'm
However you wanna talk
pretty sure it'll be something like 3, and then I'm gonna do. The wrap is, it's a double knit wrap that like the tie is done in, and I want to do that in a different color.
Ooh, that'd be pretty.
So.
Does it have long sleeves?
It does.
Awesome. Okay. So the body part is kind of coming together.
Yeah.
You're just past joining it at the armholes and stuff. Cool. That's looking very, very pretty.
It'll be 3 or 4, and then the wrap.
And honestly, I feel like you started that this week. Maybe last week, but
The day before
Saturday?
yesterday. Saturday.
Saturday.
Day before yesterday in my head is Saturday because time.
Day before
been a
yesterday is
long
actually
week.
Tuesday, but still. Yes. So 3 business days ago, but we had the weekend. But still, I think you've made amazing progress on that. That's very cool. And I think those are your colors. That's awesome. So it's cheery. I like that. So, Liz, what are you working on? Or what did you bring us to show?
Well, in positive news, I'm back up to 208 projects on needles. I went down for a little bit, got completely bored with everything, sort of finished a project, but not quite. Project 208 on needles currently is a linen morning shawl.
As a new linen we just got in,
Yep.
Barocco linen.
It's kind of hard, like
Modern linen.
you can see through it when
I see your face through it.
yeah, but it's purple and black and gray. It's I don't know. I love it. I'm doing it on a 10 needle, and then when I lose the will to live, I'm going to crochet on it. So
Okay, let's be clear. When you lose the will to knit,
that.
let's try not to go that far, but you know. Okay.
That when I lose the will to knit. So this is my new starting, and then so I was making a scarf that I wanted plaid. Oh wow! Look,
Right?
It looks super
It
plaid
looks
in
really
the camera.
Cool.
Oh, that's
You're gonna have to
awesome.
show that up close and tell what you did.
So you do stripes in garter, and then
Garter's knitting every row, by
Yes.
the way, in case many of our
especially
viewers
when
know
it's
that.
flat. If it's
Knitting
in the
every-
round, it's
It's bumpy on both sides. Ooh, can you
Yes.
show them the other side? Oh, you did it on both sides.
no.
No. Oh, just by.
just by pulling it
Oh!
through. It
I thought-
plaids it.
I had this thing in my head that the
On
other
both
side you wouldn't be able to see what you sewed, but you can. Never
Up at the
mind.
very top, or
so
on the side.
confused.
Anyway, okay. So
I thought
this
the back
part
side was
right
gonna
here
look different.
is just without the
Okay.
the things. Anyway, you run your yarn from one end up through the knit bumps going up or going down, and then you wind up with fringe on both sides. But it's plaid,
That's really cool.
and like I didn't realize how cool it would look on camera. 'Cause
It looks yeah, it's one of those like the mosaic. It looks
Yeah.
cooler from further away, and we get that perspective when we're looking at us
Yeah,
filming.
I've been up close. I only have like 3 or 4 more strands of pull through, but I got bored again. Shocker. I know.
I mean, I will say we've been
So,
getting bored with everything.
It
lately,
was gonna be a scarf, and now it's gonna be like an iPad case, and it's squishy. It's like
yeah, but it's like thick
it's like
squishy.
thick
It's like
foam
solid
squishy
squishy.
instead of polyfill squishy.
I'm scared of it.
Why? All the ends.
No, because of how you just.
'Cause your descriptions.
Spider legs.
I
I don't
Yeah,
like
it's-
spiders.
Garter's extra squishy, and this has
Here.
more like a stable squishy to it.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really cool. So you'll have to show it off when you're.
When I'm done, yep.
I'm sorry.
And I would like to do a scarf, but probably not as wide because
Because you lost the will to
I lost the will to knit.
To knit. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with all of my stuff, but I have lots of things I did. So I finished. Oh, I'm sitting on all the ends. I have not woven my ends in, but I finished my staffing. Trying to see. I think this is the front. I have a couple of stitches that are loose.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. They're not like crazy loose, but it helps me know which one's the front because that's in the middle of the front.
Oh.
That's why I put an open close stitch marker in.
Well, the back is flat. There's flat knitting, and the front has a slope to it, but it's really hard to see when I just hold it up because everything drapes and does weird stuff. But, okay, taking off the dragon that likes to grab all of my yarn. I only used 9 skeins, and I had... Okay, I'm not really wearing the right dress for this because it's going to make things... It's got the collar and it's got bulky sleeves, but this is the coldest day of the week, so I wore my warmest sweater I felt like wearing.
Yeah, it's going to get warmer after today.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well,
Not-
I'm so excited.
Not like a lot.
Not like back to like close to yesterday and the day before.
Okay.
Wait, but I thought this weekend was supposed to be really warm again.
Yeah.
So this is the coldest day of the
Today's
week.
the first day of spring.
Okay, moving on.
And it's this cold?
Yeah.
This is
Sorry.
crappy. Sorry.
We're a family-friendly show. Okay. So, I don't know why. It feels like it's doing something weird over here in getting the camera. But I think it's my sleeve of my dress underneath. This is actually... What is going on? I think it's my dress underneath. I love it. It's really pretty. I don't know I'm just going to hold my arms out. Because... You can't see my arm if I stand over there. Okay. I have not blocked this yet. I'm expecting it to relax a little when I block it. But see, on my ends, I haven't woven in yet. But I'm really happy with how this turned out.
Let Kathleen wear it today. Shout out to Kathleen. She's our ender again.
She is, but I'm a control
ender?
Yeah, she was wearing one of
ender.
my old sweaters, and there's no more ends. They ended.
She wove them
Oh,
in.
yeah, okay.
I'm a control freak, and I need to weave in my ends the way I want to weave in my
know.
ends. I love Kathleen, but I need to weave in my ends how I want to weave them in.
But you never weave in your...
I do.
Occasionally.
After
I do. No, it depends on the garment. Like this, because I actually just talked about that on my individual channel. About the other channel I have, because I'm confusing and have two. This one, because the ends, like the skeins changed in the middle of a row, I will weave those ends in before I block it. So that the blocking won't pull and make those holes bigger. But these ends, these
Might
are the
stay there
kinds that might stay there forever. I will try to weave all of them in. The reason I haven't done them yet is it's going to take some time. So this is done. And I'm super excited about it. Our staff and make-along is still going through the end of March. So, of course, not that I'm going to finish it, y'all know I need to have, like, one thing from each make-along still hanging on my needles when the make-along's over. So, I started the vest. Here's the back. And look, just a little bit of what's going over to the front. The vest shouldn't take as many things of yarn. So, but this is on hold for the moment because I'm working on so many other projects for classes this month and the next make along and, So, this is a mono Hooray for the yarn. And it's lovely. I'm so excited about it. This is Barocco Merino 401. And it's 50 gram balls. Like, the back side of this, up to sleeve separation, or not separation.
Shoulder separation.
Well, underarm where it's going to be attached. Because I went from here down. It's like your
do
back.
the back and the
okay.
fronts, and then join
And
in
then
the
join
round.
it around. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, the back you did first probably.
Did yours make more sense?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
So it might not. But this part here took one 50 gram ball. And I'm starting on my next 50 gram ball. These little parts are taking no time at all. But I stopped to do other stuff. So we'll see where that one gets. I can't promise that this is going to be blocked by next week because I wanted my twofer tank to be blocked for today. Mm-hmm. It has not been blocked yet. Shocker. I've been tired. This, I finished my, here, can we?
Oh, it is finished.
It is finished. Can you grab that? And Hannah,
Oh,
can you grab?
She won!
I won at Yarn Chicken! This is the Lalu. Can you keep taking it that way? Yeah, see, well, light pink over here, center to the orangey, pink, orange. Don't say it. We have jokes at the shop. I turned around. I made this bigger. This is the Sorry Norland Laulu, Laulu. I turned around for decreases at the row she said in the chart after doing more repeats of the increase row when there was 48 grams left of my 100 gram skein. But I weighed what I had done so far with the needle in it, and I had 52 grams, and the needle was potentially 5 or 6 grams. So I was like, I think I have enough. This is how much yarn I had left when I did the bind off. Down to 3 stitches of the bind off. So I love it. I mean, like this is the Poema Cashmere. And I'm going to try to... there's more of a chance of blocking this than blocking a garment. But here's the first half, and then there's the second half. They're like all different colors. And I could see wearing this, like a shawl, a little
It would be
shawlette
super
thingy.
warm in the winter.
Yes.
Wrapped around.
And she had the smaller size, but even the bigger size pre-blocking. She had it like... You could wear it like a little kerchief thing. I feel like
Audrey
a
Hepburn.
nana. Yeah. Audrey Hepburn's better than an old nana. Thank you. So I finished that. We'll see. I always like to show pre and post blocking. And this is my pre-blocking for several things this week. I cannot guarantee that post blocking is going to be next week because energy and time and life. Yes. So the Laulu shawl is an in-shop class this Saturday. There's still room if you want to take it, if you're local. Contact the shop. This is how my Monty wrap is coming that I'm holding exquisite lace and mohair together for.
That looks so awesome.
Isn't that cool? It's got a lot to go. Like it's going to be on morning meditation this morning, which I haven't posted yet. And I was like, I haven't made that much progress. I have, but there's so much more to go. But I just decided to put it up. So
that's another going to be super warm.
Oh, I counted. It's 22 repeats of the 4 rows that make up the lattice.
It's a really long.
It's a wrap.
shawl.
It's a really long wrap. If you make it full size, you can adjust the size. I have one person in that class. That's on March 29th. So there's still room in the in-person class for that. But you can modify it and make it any length you want. Like the version I made for a funeral I went to, and I made it in all black. I just made it long enough to wrap around my shoulders. That was a time constraint thing. But this, I think I did the math. You're supposed to have 48 of those little boxes. Like 48 rows of those little boxes.
I was like, how are you gonna...
It's like right now I've got
coffee.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got about 14. And there's supposed to be 48. So I have a ways to go. But it's going to be gorgeous when I'm done.
It will.
Like this is still my first skein of the exquisite lace, and I've done it's held throughout all of this.
There are gonna be more?
Huh? I think it's going to take 2. Yeah. So that's what we'll see.
It's a long wrap.
It's a long wrap. If you make it full size.
Gosh.
Again, you don't have to make it full size, and you don't have to hold 2 yarns together. You can make it out of a single yarn of whatever thickness you want. I made it out of a single strand of lace weight for my mom, and it was really, really pretty. But you can do it out of thicker stuff. I just like the texture of this. And Tony Lipsy wrote this, and you can do it. You can make it out of really thick yarn if you wanted to, and make it narrower than this, and just have a little boxy thing. So anyway. So there's that. Another finish, because we should open the shop soon. I finished my Tentacula hat, out of Neuroscione. I have this much of my ball left. 150 gram ball. I have that much left.
The color is Yuki.
Yes, the color is Yuki. Ta-da! It's got all these little pulls. Don't. The modern linen splits, but it's linen. 2 make-alongs coming up that we will tell you more details about as they get, I mean, the one's getting kind of close, but as they get closer. In April and May is our Granny Hexy make-along. Granny Hexagon make-along. I have one half of mine done. Ta-da! It's our one crochet garment of the year. I have the other one is
It's a baby.
It's a little baby size. I have to keep making it bigger. But that's in April and May, and we'll have Coach and Connect. We'll have ways to virtually pay for help to make this and connect and share progress and stuff. Actually, the Granny Hexagon Make-Along Coach and Connect is up on our online shop site for purchase. It's every other Saturday in April and May. And then in June and July, we are doing the Knit Your First Sweater. This is the flax worsted by Tin Can Knits. I'm making it with Encore, which is a nice basic powerhouse cost-effective yarn. But if you've never made a sweater before, consider making one with us that has very basic shaping, and you can learn the mechanics.
I should pull Bernie's flax out that I'm
As that gets closer, I think
half-heartedly
that would be
knitting.
awesome. So I don't have the dates for the Coach and Connect for that up. If you're interested in the in-shop options for any of that, check out our website, sundragonartandfiber.com, or contact the shop. We need to open the shop for the day. So the last thing I want to talk about is virtual sit and stitch is Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom, and you get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
And then what do you say at the end?
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. All the fun stuff. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It helps our numbers. It helps other people get exposed to us because YouTube says, oh, more people who like yarn might want to watch this. So we hope you all have a good week. And bye from us. Bye.